mic good? It will do. Hi, it's Yims. Let's get straight to the point because I have been watching the whole racist tweets thing unfolding on social media, and I was just kind of like, I have 2 pence to add to this conversation. So as you can see from the title, I'm approaching this from the angle of the young black woman, in particular Nella Rose, right? So yes, the title is Leave Nella Rose Alone. So I've written a few points on the back of a tracking something that came with an order because I'm serious. And here's my first point. So I can see hold on. So my first point is that I can see a lot of people that are saying that Nella Rose was X, Y, and Z years old. She should have known better. Da 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 da. Age is not an excuse. Age doesn't excuse what you did. You should never have said that. Blah blah blah. And to an extent, I understand what people are saying. Being 10, 11, 12 doesn't mean that you need to act a fool. We still need to conduct ourselves correctly at those ages. However, we also need to take into account that most of the time we don't have the enough insight or knowledge into the implications of our actions at those young ages to make fully rational decisions. That's why people can't give consent before certain ages, because you're not developed enough to understand certain things. You might know it's wrong, but not know the implications of it. Knowing something is wrong and knowing the implications of why it's wrong are 2 very different things. Also, as a teenager, she mentioned that people made fun of Africans growing up in the UK. They very much did. People made fun of Africans, people made fun of dark-skinned people, people made fun of X, Y, and Z people. As a teenager, there is a sort of collective consciousness, a herd mentality. And when things happen to you, when you are made fun of, even psychologically, you are more likely to reenact, re-victimize, and reinforce the traumas that happen to you and put them onto other people as an act of machoism. You want to look big and bad. So you want to do the same thing that was done to you. These are just normal phenomena that happen within human psychological behaviours. So if she's saying, oh, people made fun of me and so I wanted to make fun of people, it's not a way of deflecting. That is something that really happens. People that were abused are more likely to abuse people. Hurt people. Coming from me, even if I was also, just even to backtrack, teenagers are little bitchy. Teenage girls are very bitchy. I was very bitchy in school. Very bitchy. I've had to backtrack so much in my life and had to develop emotional intelligence, develop certain characteristics and understand that these things are not beneficial to me, and had to go back and apologise to even certain people because it was uncalled for, it was crass, it was distasteful, and it wasn't a cute look. I was a mean girl, I was a bitch. So this doesn't excuse it, but yes, age should be a factor in us deciding what punishment to hand out to Nella Rose or to hand out to any of the other people that, you know, let's not say all the people, because I'm going to make another video about some of the black men that were involved in this and some of the grown people that were involved in this. Also, just even on the whole teenagers front, even in the course of law, if a 12-year-old commits a crime and a 20-year-old commits a crime, the 12-year-old might have known what they were doing was wrong, but they will not get the same smoke or the same time as a 20-year-old because your prefrontal cortex is not even developed at 12. You don't know better. If she knew better, she would do better. That leads me on to my second point. Nella Rose, since then, has shown character development. She's one of the few black influencers that capes for body positivity, capes for not doing plastic surgery, capes for being your authentic self, capes for being dark-skinned, capes for just so many positive things that are positively impacting the black community, positively impacting young black girls. And I feel like to cancel her, to, I don't know, just throw her away as if she didn't do anything is completely unfair and doesn't actually benefit the black culture. It doesn't actually benefit the black community because she has done her due diligence. She's put in some work. And also, just this whole, we sort of live in a culture where we worship these influencers. Well, we need to remember, good does not exist within a vacuum. There is no one that's purely good. There isn't, even you. Your favourite influencer also is bad. People are multifaceted. As good as someone is as bad as they can be. Now, if the person has acknowledged what they've done, understood the ramifications of what they've done, understood the problems that it could have caused for the people that, you know, have had to be party to their actions, apologise profusely, have changed behaviours, what are they supposed to do apart from that? She's very different to that 12-year-old that made those tweets. Let's not. Are you going to be held accountable for stealing cookies out the jar? Let's not. Are you a thief because of that? Let's not. You were 12, you were a child. It is a different thing. Nella Rose has been a positive impact on the British influencer scene. That's just, let's just keep it all the way a buck. There are only 12, 13 main black influencers. If we want to break into the mainstream, every time one of us does something wrong, we can't cancel ourselves. There's only 12 of us. Come on, guys, please. Keep that same energy with the men, keep that same energy with the people of other races. Understand who you're persecuting most. Is the people that are supposed to be the victims of this. Okay, let me not do that because black women really are the victims of this story. Take back that quotation mark. Third of all, I think ultimately what this whole scandal, taking out Nella Rose out of this, but what this whole scandal has shown and what I think we need to be looking at is the state of the consciousness of the black community. Collectively, we have not healed. Collectively, we are reliving all the traumas that we've experienced from slavery, from colonialism, from all the other raping and pillaging of our land and identity, all the hegemonic transmission of the white identity, the white, white imperialism, white superiority. We're all living that. In the way we look, in the way we dress, in the way we talk, in the way we think, in colorism, all of that. We're all reliving it. So rather than using this as a way to further separate and divide, how can we use this as a way to come together and to sort of mend some of the broken bonds within our community? Because at the end of the day, cancelling up people is not going to help. The way people were thinking at that time is not so far off that you can't imagine it. Now, the rape jokes and different things like that, I'm not speaking about that. I'm talking about the race jokes. I'm talking about that, okay? So, my next point is that let the punishment fit the crime. So, Nella Rose, from what I can see, has lost her Instagram. Whether she felt they need to deactivate it or whether it got deactivated, either way, the punishment needs to fit the crime. She was a child. She has apologized. She has accepted what she's done wrong. She has taken ownership. She has shown character development. She has been a positive force for a lot of people within the black community since then. Who she was then is not who she is now. Let's hold who she is now accountable. Don't hold her past self. Let's hold who she is now. And who she is now has shown that she can take it on the nose when she knows she's done something wrong and apologize from it. Who she is now wants to do better. Let's punish that person. And that person didn't deserve her Instagram to be deleted. That Instagram has pictures of her with a belly that's not on flat, showing other girls that, yes, you can be out here cute with your belly not completely flat. With skin that's dark, still living her best life. With, she's not model-esque. She's still, do you know what I mean? Showing that she's beautiful, she's African, she's constantly caping for being black, constantly caping for being African, constantly caping for all things that are now positive. Young people also need to understand that being an adult doesn't mean that you're exempt from making mistakes. But us as adults who are persecuting her also need to see the message in which we're sending. If people can't make mistakes successfully, apologize and come back from it, then even prison is supposed to be for rehabilitation. Everyone has to come back. Relax. What's taking Instagram away doing? Anyway, just to summarize it, because this is really quick, I'm in the middle of working. Just to summarize it, I think that what we need to do is use this as a catalyst for growth. How can we come back from this incident? How can we as a community use this to propel ourselves to something higher? what can this do to positively impact us? There was a time where people all had relaxed hair. People thought it was, if your hair was natural, it was nappy, it was disgusting, you were unprofessional, you were unkempt, right? Now there's a whole natural hair movement. We have a whole generation of children being born that will never have to relax their hair because of that originally negative stimulus. How can we use that to propel this? Where can we go from here? I just personally think cancelling women, cancelling especially black women who are privy to more trauma, so maybe they might say more things, but it's only in an attempt to not be scapegoated, because we are the scapegoats. And this was a black child, please. If black children... My camera died, sorry, so I'm going to continue here really quickly. I want to talk about how we're disproportionately punishing Nella in comparison to the black men and the other people of other complexions, and how even in our punishment for the behaviours that are, how would I put this? For behaviours that negatively affect the black community, we are still perpetuating those same things. Because the whole thing was talking about dark-skinned women and black women, but here in the punishment, it's the dark-skinned women that are getting the most heat. It's her that's lost the most followers. It's her that's lost the most. I think her Instagram got, like I said, I think her Instagram got deactivated, or either she deactivated or it got deactivated. Yeah, she's taking the most heat. Why? Why is she taking the most heat? Why is she getting more heat? If anything, I would say that none of the comments were kind, or none of the comments were palatable. But I would say Nella's comments were more palatable than the rest of them. She didn't make the rape jokes. She didn't make okay, she made a lot of bad ones, but I don't think proportionally what she said, if we also add in the factor of her age, was near the top. I think she was one of the least problematic in a very problematic situation. So it's like the lesser of two evils, I understand, because she did say bad stuff, but why is she being punished disproportionately? I just feel like we need to keep the same energy when it comes to black men, when it comes to rappers that say stuff, like, because we will still support them with our money, we will still buy their stuff, we will still, we don't cancel black men the way we cancelled Nella. So basically the whole thing was, I just feel like Nella shouldn't be cancelled. I feel like she's a different person. She positively affects the black community. I just don't, oh, sorry, I'm looking at the time because I have to work. I just don't feel it's fair, and I think we've got to be fair. I think if anything, we've got to be fair. And I think let's work on the collective trauma that we have, and let's work on improving, the identity of ourselves within ourselves before we go and expect influencers who are just people to do it. Because even within our homes, we hear problematic comments all the time. Don't do anything. Within ourselves, even in our mind, who we're attracted to, we hear these things all the time. I've heard many a black woman say, oh yeah, my type is black men, but I wouldn't date Somali people. Sis, that's the same thing. Many black Muslims say, oh, I want a black Muslim, but they don't want someone West African. They look like monkeys. It's a problem within all of us, to different extents, coming from different roots, but not different roots, coming from different branches, but it's all from the same place. It's an inherent self-hate, and it's an inherent trauma that we have, and we just need to address it. Anyway, bye.